probably the most standard support I've seen March play for a little bit, but he is always just a little bit outside of the box, you know, which I think is cool to see. Cool to see these slightly unusual position 5 heroes. Whether they work out or not, only time will tell. It also feels like the itemization for Among Us this game is pretty easy. Like you buy a bunch of armor. Hopefully somebody is going to buy a casual buckler somewhere, and just kind of go from there.
You should have known better.
What is?
That wasn't too
I love the all chat. PA only. Did you listen to some music, March? Okay, very defensive ward from March here to start. Just wants to keep tapping the position 4. I guess they've actually just gone for a 5-man rotation. I was too busy reading the all chat. Cuckoo's getting gone on. Can they finish him off? Couple more auto attacks. Dagger. KP gets it. All right. TNC starting the game off. Quick smart and in a hurry. Get that first blood up on their Slardar and claim their 2 bounty runes down here. In Your Dream gonna shuffle over. Armel might make it over here in time to contest this, but I don't know if that's gonna actually happen. Wait, are they gonna end up only getting 1 bounty rune as a result of this? Abed's kind of running over. And In Your Dream trying to stop Armel coming up the cliff. KP's also coming over. Who is grabbing the last one? KP is trying to go for it. March gonna slow him down. There is the Slitherine Crush, so March gets stopped. All the other ones are really boring. This is the only interesting one. And KP will end up grabbing it. So they get the first blood, and they get themselves 3 bounty runes. Fantastic start. KP gets harassed a little here, but it doesn't matter. He got the first blood. He can buy more regen if he needs to. And he's actually just going to go rushing for a Ring of Health here. This is actually a really big deal. This is going to be very annoying for the Lifestealer to deal with. Which I think normally the plan would be, you know, March is hoping with these mangoes and the clarity to kind of spam the Slardar out of the lane, but I just don't think that's going to be a possibility now that he's got such a good start. And will probably carry over to the other lanes a little bit as well. Just that tiny bit of extra net worth going everyone's way. Just have to wait and see. Zephyr, slightly different build this time around, bit more regen focused. I think wanting to stay on full HP, knows that there is going to be some harassment coming out of Whitemon. And, well, March, knowing that KP can't really be targeted too much, is just focusing on Tim's, but he's also got a ton of regen up here.
No, that's no
Even a master falters.
Got some chat wheeling happening at mid. Ooh, alright. Abed helping to set up Armel for that CS. Don't think that's what he wanted to do, but it's what happened. What is going on at top? KP tanking some auto attacks, but that is about the extent of it. In Your Dream does have level 2 now. But March already having to be a bit careful with how he uses the mana. Maybe he wants to get level 2 and then commit both the Blast and the Shield to look for something. In Your Dream actually opting for the point in the Rage here. Okay, so maybe not looking at any kind of aggressive plays up here. This does seem to suggest that just wants to play a little bit more of a farmy game. Oh, Tim's got the dive. I don't think he should be dead here. Will need to pop his secondary salve, though. Good job waiting for that auto attack to land before he popped it. That would have been kind of a disaster if that had been interrupted. It does seem like Armel's doing quite well at mid, in fact. Going to be quite a quick bottle for him. You know, Abed not doing badly either. Yeah, does have a couple of range creeps coming to him in a moment. Very, well, kind of a similar laning stage to the previous game. Just pretty stable. Not as much farm across the board for Among Us. I think they were leading in all 3 lanes in game number 1. Oh, making a go here onto Zephyr this time around. He does have a Fairy Fire and a lot of stick charges to try and escape Cuckoo. Trying to provide the peel, but Gabby just going to keep on chasing Zephyr, even thinking about turning around for a stun there. Maybe feeling confident with his Fairy Fire to be able to get back into the trees, but Gabby still finds him. Man, didn't even react. I think if he'd got the Fairy Fire and the stick off, would have been a-okay, but like too busy fiddling with the backpack maybe, and down he goes. Alright, nicely done. Second kill for TNC. This is definitely the kind of pace that they want with this lineup. The Mars is very much about just getting that first item, running around, getting kills. The PA might farm a little bit. There's still a chance that we could see a Battle Fury on this PA, I suppose, but very much just about teaming up with the Slardar and running around and getting kills. And KP's already got this ring of health. This is such a pain for this Among Us lane. Like, I don't even know what March really does anymore here. He can kind of help the farm somewhat. I think he really wants to go and stack the small camp and maybe get some pulls going, but instead feeling like he needs to head mid to contest this next rune. And looks like, yeah, both Tims and March heading over there for this one. Both mids gonna go bottom. Armel, is he gonna get it? No, it's always top. And Tims almost actually ends up dying, just denies the rune, and then has to dive away from March. Alright, well, you know, couldn't afford to go and stack the small camp and pull or anything. Really needed to contest that, since it didn't seem like Zephyr was really interested. Doesn't have boots or anything on the Lina, so he's not particularly fast in getting over to the rune. And yeah, Gabby has queued up the Battle Fury, so that is going to be the plan. KP getting gone on, but again, he's just got so much HP regen that I don't think they can drive him out of this lane. And March is now so any kill potential that they have is actually just completely gone when they don't have any mana on the Lich. Banny rune shortly. Zephyr already sort of thinking about it. Abed doing the same thing. Didn't get the refill, so really needs these bottle sips. Tim's taking some pressure, but still has the dive, so should be okay. KP gonna try for the rune instead, but it will be In Your Dream out-clicking him this time around. Australia ping probably not helping KP's case there. He wants this kill on March, but I don't know if he can actually get it. The slow is helping. 2 points up in the Slytherin crush. He's got the bash primed. We do have the Fairy Fire for March. Trying to save his life. In Your Dream, can he finish this kill? Needs one more auto attack and he gets it. Didn't think that they could get it without the mana on the Lich, but just constant auto attacks from the Lifestealer will end up doing it. And now Tims, he doesn't have the dive. In Your Dream, maybe finding one more. This is going to be great for Among Us if they can get it, and they do. Alright, that was definitely not the play from TNC to go chasing after that kill. I think KP was telling himself, like, oh yeah, I'll just kill the Lich and then I can just TP or something, but that does sort of trade it back to even somewhat here. Armel already level 7 at mid. Abed only just about to crack level 6, so those 10 denies against only the 1 really stacking up, and this net worth discrepancy is pretty huge. I don't know if has Armel just been farming neutrals in between. I mean, the net worth is also pretty big. It's not just like a bunch of small creeps. Armel off to a very quick start. Gonna be going for the Yules. Nice setup, nice mana regen. Can't really complain. And March might... Oh, okay, the spear's being used. I don't think he's dead then. The Centaur, unfortunately, putting an end to In Your Dream's plans there. And Gabby just gonna get salved up. What's the regen situation down here? There's very little regen left, so this lane's starting to get kind of explosive. Tims is just taking the experience at mid. So Armel just kind of farming jungle for now. Tim's not having the best time level-wise, so I think this makes a lot of sense. They're just trying to get him in the lane as soon as humanly possible. Tried for the stack, didn't quite get it. That is going to cost him 1 CS under the tower. Not a huge deal. And like I said, Gabby just doesn't have a ton of regen to sustain down here, unfortunately. So what's happening? Oh, Armel comes down with some bottle sips at the ready, and they've got an Arena of Blood that they're looking to use. No information on this rotation for Among Us. So should just be Cuckoo going down. The dagger's already being used, though. There's the Arena just barely catching him. Nice spear from Armel. And gets a well-deserved kill out of that rotation. But this is what I'm used to from seeing the mid-Mars. It's very much just like, get your ulti. Your ulti has a low cooldown. Go and use it to just kill people. And this is the right kind of game for it. Well, it's sort of the right kind of game for it. There's only one core that you can really kill consistently. KP getting healed up on here. Dream actually gonna be okay. They do have the Bash of the Deep primed and ready, but KP just gonna have to run for it, it looks like. Trying to juke. March looking for him. Does have another Frost Blast. He knows where everybody is, though, so just heading all the way out. Should be fine. What's going on at mid? Abed? He's just kind of saying hi. He's got a remnant to jump away to if he gets pressured, so he maybe just trying to bait a few spells. Steal some neutrals away here. Armel with some great rune control, so he has really been able to farm up a storm with all of that extra mana regen. Even Whitemon's got some really nice levels. Level 5 on this Grimstroke, already has 3 points up in the Inkswell. And I think they just have another arena that they're looking to use at bottom. I don't even need the arena, to be honest. Just a dagger blink with the Inkswell. Can they do anything to stop Armel landing this? Doesn't really look like they can, so... There you go, another quick kill.
I'm an immaterial girl.
Cuckoo's still gonna do alright. And they're sort of pressuring in your dream at top, but... He is still a Doom after all, so he is still going to get farm. This is super cool to watch. I kind of just want to watch Armel and watch what he's doing this game. He's got the arena yet again, so definitely interested in finding another kill. Abed is trying to pressure mid enough to force somebody back over here, but not really being too successful, unfortunately. And Whitemon just getting off a lot of pulls. I don't know if March has managed to get like a single pull top this game. And I think that's a lot of where KP's got good net worth. And it's not even like the PA is struggling. Gabby's doing just fine at bottom. So plan is kind of coming together. Whitemon gonna get a quick D ward. Armel still just... Anytime he sees anything happening at bottom, he comes over, he wags his finger. They are gonna go for KP. They have enough lockdown to bring him down. March has opted for a point in the Sinister Gaze. And then he's going to get the kill and secure the bounty rune.
What did you learn?
TNC looking to invade and grab the other one. So we'll still be... Is that 3? Yeah, Tim's got this one, so it's actually 3 for them in the end. Honestly, not too bad for KP, all things considered. And man, the win probability, once again, really liking TNC's draft. I do think that the Slardar PA is a very scary combo, and the Slardar has had the benefit of having such a good game that instead of needing to rush a blink and like just play with his team, he can instead go for this tanky build and kind of apply pressure, which is really nice, especially given that they've got the Mars to kind of go ganking anyway. So they don't need both of them looking for kills all the time. Oh, did I miss that? Did I miss the last arena usage? Maybe I did. How long ago was it? 70 seconds? My bad there, folks. Ooh, Abed. He's got a remnant somewhere. Kind of being a nuisance, putting on some pressure. Definitely the way you need to play Ember Spirit. Hasn't opted, hasn't made his item decision just yet. Not really clear what he wants to go for. Cuckoo running down here. Has opted for the Ice Armor. They've got In Your Dream in there as well. Whitemon looking very dead, but Gabby just steps off to the side and he's going to be fine. So trying to get In Your Dream down here to look for a little bit of a tower trade. TNC already moving into position for the same play over at top. Gabby TPing up there, and in the end, Abed is going to opt for the Blade Mail. So really wanting that extra +6 armor against this lineup. Does Armel almost have his heals? He's getting close. Is he going to get lucky as well? Yeah, alright, he gets the rune too. Tim's dive. Good trajectory, gets him out of there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Armel seemingly wants to fight, and the top tower is dead. They're coming down to try and defend bottom. KP gonna look for March first. Can they actually land this lockdown onto Cuckoo? They got the Doom onto Armel before he could get the spear out. The Phoenix Sun is looking like it's gonna be brought down. One more auto attack from Zephyr will do it. KP still fighting, but this Chain Frost slowing him down. 2 dead thus far on the side of TNC, and looking like KP's gonna get kited to his death as well. They're keeping tabs on Armel. He's out of the Doom, but looking very dead at this point as Zephyr brings him down. And that, why did they choose to take that fight is kind of the big question. Maybe if they had gotten the spear onto the Doom before he got his ultimate off, it would have looked a little different. But that was a full 4v5. The PA was not at all interested in coming to that fight, and they could have just had a tower trade for free. There was nothing forced about that fight at all. So Gabby finds himself a little stack. Gonna be a pretty quick Battle Fury for him here. Just maybe the one bright spot. Abed is just going for a full fighting build. Blade Mail into the straight BKB. Looking like he might even go for the, Flame Guard DPS, I suppose. And it's even more of a fighting build because he's opted for the max Searing Chains and only the 1 point in the Sleight of Fist. So he definitely looks like his plan is, okay, I'm the initiator. I'm the one starting the fights. I'm going to go in. I'm going to get a Searing Chains on somebody. I'll pop the Blade Mail to try and act as a little bit of a deterrent. And then I'm going to let the Doom and the Lifestealer be the big farmers this game. In Your Dream has just opted for an Armlet so far. Again, itemization for him seems pretty natural this game. Oh, nice Soulbind. Trouble for the Ember Spirit. March just a little bit too close. They're not focusing onto Abed, however, and Armel's still kind of low. Abed looks like he should be able to play his way out of this one. KP's still chasing for him. And they don't have the numbers here to punish this Slardar at all. So that will just be the one kill on mid. Abed gonna try and drag this wave. Going back to the point about the Lifestealer, seems like Armlet, the Halberd, needs an MKB eventually. AC also seems really good this game. They've got the Doom back up in about 5 seconds time, so I imagine they are looking to make some kind of a play with that. And do go for the immediate smoke. They see KP at mid, but it's really not the target that they want. And I think they're hoping to find somebody over in the enemy tri-camp, but instead looks like they will just settle for White Mon. Abed hops straight on top of him, and Cuckoo brings him down. Tim's thinking about this fight, though, and they are moving into a somewhat awkward area. The arena has already been used, still on cooldown for now. March dead, so just support for support thus far. Cuckoo, if he wants to use the Doom, it's got to be now, and instead it's just Among Us maybe going in a little too deep. And will end up kind of feeding away 2 kills after the free pickoff. In Your Dream's still farming, but now that the Battle Fury is on the PA, Gabby's just going to start pulling further and further ahead. Especially with the help of this Ancient stack. So it's going to be a fast deso for him. KP still hasn't shown us quite yet what the item plan is. Tanking the Laguna, but again, this Hood of Defiance, that early start that he had, manages to tank through everything. It does push them back, but it's not like In Your Dream is farming in the meantime. All 5 heroes from Among Us are just sitting on the mid lane, and Gabby is continuing to soak up farm. So they can't let this dynamic play out for too long. It seems like they really want to fight with the Doom, but the arena is back off cooldown. So it's not the easiest fight. And Tim's is actually just going straight Lotus this game. They did just play against a bunch of Laguna Blades. They know how that feels. Useful for that, useful for the Doom, useful for the Searing Chains. Definitely seems good all around. Abed not going to be going for the BKB rush. It does seem like he just wants a secondary Halberd. So that appears to be the plan, to try and deal with this PA, but a plan is one thing. How it works out in practice is another thing entirely. And if you're corrosive hazed and PA comes flying at you, you might just disappear before anyone can press Halberd to save you. We'll have to see. March, well, he got the Frost Armor up there, but Frost Shield, sorry, but not enough to save him. Gabby also gonna get silenced up. This is decent damage. They get the stun from Gabby, and that is just a straight up double kill. I don't even think the PA is supposed to be getting so active at this point, but 2 free kills for TNC. They're going to be very happy with that. KP still pressuring top all the while, and the only bright spot really for Among Us is that Cuckoo has now picked up his Blink Dagger. So maybe they can make some kind of a play with that, but that might even mean that I'm curious to see if he chooses to keep the Ice Armor or if he's going to opt for the Hoof Stomp at this point. Well, I'm not going to be really happy with that Fated Brooch. They had absolutely terrible neutral luck at the tier 5 in the previous game, so I'm kind of okay with them getting getting a little more this time around. And that's some good tier 2 items actually. Aquila, Imp Claw, People's Gift, Among Us. Nether Shell's probably decent. We might even just see Zephyr hold on to the Keen Optic for a little while. As they try and smoke up around the Blink. They did opt for the War Stomp on Cuckoo, but are they just hoping that somebody's going to show up mid? They really want to invade this enemy tri-camp. Every play that they're making is heading in that direction, but there's both a Blink and the Deso picked up on the side of TNC. Whitemon is going to be the first one jumped and will go down pretty much immediately. Slaughter also getting doomed up, looking like KP should be the next one to fall. And the TNC not really ready to take any kind of a fight there, but their next fight is very scary. They've got Blink Mars, Blink Slardar, and Deso PA. TNC, they think about the Roche, but they really can't take it, even with this lingering little bit of double damage on Abed. How is Tim's doing? He really wants level 12 before anything else happens, but I think his team wants them to come and fight with all these timings. So, what, 3-man smoke? Are they still worried about the Roche? It's kind of the direction that they're going in. The ping's on the high ground. Whitemon, I think, saying he wants to get a ward down. Yeah, he's got 2 observer wards to plant. So even if they don't get any kills here, this is still well worth it. Jump forward from Armel. Gonna go looking for Abed, but won't find him. So gank gets revealed, but the gank isn't even really the point here. Ooh, March just mispositioning the courier somewhat there. So at least they know that the Roshan is happening, but can they get over here in time to stop it? Abed does end up going back for the BKB in this position, but Roshan's just melting. If they want to do something, they got to do something now, and it looks like it's just going to be too late. They've tried and load up Cuckoo, but Armel going to be the distraction. Finds Zephyr in the backlines. Whitemon waiting around the corner as well. They can't even kill this Mars. He's going to get the Inkswell stun out. Alpha getting locked down this entire time. Buyback immediately. Who got the Aegis? It is just in the hands of Gabby, and now he's going to look for the fight. March going to melt super quickly. In Your Dream has already used the Heaven's Halberd, so he can't keep on fighting. They fought back on 1, but I think TNC just going to look for more and more kills. Abed does manage to jump away. So it looks like he'll be alright, but that is the last of his remnants, and Armel actually closing the gap. He's got the Yules, he's got the Spear, and they've got more than enough damage to finish this kill.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And it's just TNC all day. The Slardar plus PA kind of playing itself, and Zephyr with the dieback getting caught out here. They're not even done. They're looking for a little more. In Your Dream gets the rage off, but he's still hazed up. They continue the chase. Gabby just waiting for the Phantom Strike. Jumps in now. Great Arena plus Spear from Armel. The shield is helping a little bit as Armel, In Your Dream, going to try and Armel toggle his way out of this one. Gabby maybe in a little bit too deep. TNC diving tier 4s at 20 minutes into the game. Gabby just looking for the blink away. Armel saving him. Does still have the blink. Phantom Strike again. Alright, he's fine. The dive was maybe a little crazy, and they did feed away the Aegis, but with all those kills and all this farm, Gabby's going to have the BKB shortly anyway, so. Though you are playing against Doom, so maybe you would have liked to have that, certainly would have liked to have that Aegis for a little longer, but it's that kind of lineup. It's just the kind of lineup where you're feeling yourself, you're one-shotting people with the crits, you see a guy that's corrosive hazed inside of his own base, you can't help yourself. You just have to go for it. And oh, now we have another pause. Oh, Gabby gonna go for the Ags. Okay, cool. I like it. I'm excited. He's gonna be an absolute wrecking ball. This Ember Spirit not really working out the way that I was expecting. Mid lane actually turned out to be pretty difficult, and they knew what the matchup was. He was the last overall pick, and it's not like Abed's really been able to go around and pressure the supports all that much. Whitemon has actually proved to be a very difficult hero for him to go on between the Inkswell and the Phantom's Embrace. Not a free kill at all. And once Tim's gets the Lotus, I think he's also going to be pretty safe against the Ember. And not only that, Abed has kind of compromised his... I get why he went for the ganky build instead of the farmy build, but because of that, he's kind of compromised his net worth a little bit, and they really don't have all that much to show for it currently. Lina just getting forced into a Ghost Scepter, not going to have the same free reign that he did in the first game, and In Your Dream now going to be going back for that MKB, which they desperately need, but this PA is just farming like crazy. So I do not know how they stopped that. We didn't have any buybacks or anything in the last Oh yeah, so yeah, Zephyr died and then bought back, and then just die back straight over here. We can see exactly where. If anyone was wondering. Oh, I can even click on it. There you go. Oh, I can't click on it, but yeah. Does anyone? Where's the casual buckler? Anyone? No one's buckling up this game against all this minus armor. The game is wiser than you know. What other wisdom do you have? Dota 2 pause tips. Oh. There you go. Everything you needed to know and more.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And Mars is pretty darn farmed. Armel has played a fantastic game. 4-1-4. Looking way more comfortable on a hero that lets him gank than just the Underlord. Just kind of waddling around the map and pushing out waves. I think this definitely suits TNC's playstyle a whole lot better. KP is just going to be going for the Ags. So he's doing a lot of farming. Armel's doing a lot of ganking. And, well, Among Us just waiting for items, really.
Radiant are scanning.
So yeah, Abed has gone for the... Interesting that he's gone for the Flame Guard absorption. What can even deal with the Flame Guard this game? I guess there's some Mars magical damage and some Grimstroke magical damage and some Phoenix magical damage, but can't it also just get dispelled? Maybe the Flame Guard absorption is fine. I don't know if the damage talent would really matter too much either. But not getting kills with this Doom is concerning. I think
bottom tower is under attack.
Among Us would really like to go and get a kill somewhere, but instead it's just Zephyr kind of pushing out bottom and taking whatever little bits of farm that they can. And all the while, Gabby is just getting bigger and bigger. And not only is he going to have the BKB in a second, it's just about to get delivered. He's getting closer and closer to his level 20 talent, which is also going to be really scary. And with that BKB picked up, does seem like they're going to be looking for an immediate fight, backing up to make sure that they're not going to get caught by a ward as they go for the smoke. They do not have any vision for this one. It's very similar to the previous smoke, where the objective here is also to plant down a couple of observer wards. They see Cuckoo at mid, so they should know that somebody is, there's probably somebody in this area, but it's actually Among Us also grouping up and making a play for themselves. Seems like they suspect that the smoke might be happening, and they're just going to go and claim a high ground and see if they can fight around it. There are still ways for Gabby to die without getting the BKB off, but shouldn't happen so long as Armel and KP are the ones in the front lines. Abed getting spotted, Yules'd up. Do they have the timing? They don't! He whiffs it, and Abed just waiting with the BKB anyway. He's going to be just fine. Now very awkward for Armel as he's just going to get run at. KP in the back lines, hoping to find something. March is going to get shredded, but 1-for-1 looking decent for Among Us thus far. Abed needs to deal with the silence. He can't do it. He got the Fire Spirit on top of him, so now he gets speared. Gabby's holding the line, preventing Among Us from coming in with backup, and even though it wasn't the best start, KP kind of dying in no man's land, TNC still put the team fight together and still come away with kind of an expected win, given that they had the 10-second BKB on their PA.
Radiant's bottom tower
In Your Dream just goes for the death zone. Okay. I guess maybe feeling like the MKB was a little bit too much to farm or something like that, but quick tier 2 tower at mid. TNC keeping the momentum going. I mean, win probability, really liking them right now. And it looks like they're going to go grab all 4 bounties. So KP going to be very happy with that. Some nice progress towards his Ags. Armel going to grab his BKB in a moment. And just a very flat game from Abed and Cuckoo, it feels like, compared to the previous. TNC just running at him. In Your Dream, you got to be careful. He needs to dodge that silence. He's running forward. His team isn't even here. He just wants the white one kill, and he does get it. He had the clumsy net anyway, so that TP was really not destined to work. Is the BKB still on cooldown for the PA? Cuckoo goes jumping in, only finding Tim's. There's a change. The Lotus is actually still on cooldown for the time being, so he can't quite get away. Now the dive comes through, but he doesn't have the Supernova, so Abed just going to keep on chasing after him. Armel trying to think about whether or not he actually wants this fight. It's only the 3 cores alive currently. There is a Corrosive Haze on Abed, and I think that's what they're thinking about, but yeah, still 50 seconds to go on the BKB for Gabby, so. Arena coming out, looking for these supports. Zephyr and March both in big trouble. Armel going to finish off one, turns his attention over towards the other. Zephyr just going to try for the TP, but there's a Blink Crush, and that will finish that one. But Gabby getting left all by his lonesome on the other side. Caught out and finished off. And now Among Us, they're not done. It's a very scrappy fight. They've got the vision up on the high ground, so they can actually just keep on going. Abed doesn't have the mana for the chains, but out pops In Your Dream. And with the shield, I don't think that's going to be enough to save Armel. Whitemon looking for a little bit of a turnaround. Defensive Yules. Inkswell stun. Not going to help enough, but a nice Slardar Crush will protect them as he retreats up onto the high ground. They're still fighting, even without their PA. Looking like Cuckoo's going to be brought down. Abed still struggling with the mana problems as he tries to escape from this fight. Armel doesn't have Blinker Yules for a moment, but that slight actually just putting Abed right in the middle of everybody. And gets brought down. He was about to die to a Blink Crush anyway, I think. So. Well, even without their PA, they still get a great turnaround. Very nice plays from Whitemon and KP to save Armel, and then they can just keep the chase going after that. And this is kind of similar to the first game. Beautiful stun from Zephyr. Here comes the Chain Frost. Say goodbye to Armel, and KP's also in danger. Do they have anyone else coming over to help and get this catch? It's In Your Dream inside of a creep, looking for the jump. Albert coming out, and, well, they thought it was just a free kill on March, but shows how much they know. This is such a topsy-turvy game. Get kills one way, get kills the other. Roshan potential respawn in a couple of seconds. March is just working on a full Solar Crest here, trying to beef up his cores a little bit. And In Your Dream finding some really nice money after picking up this Deso. So all of a sudden, very good progress towards the MKB. You have to keep in mind that this guy does not have a big farming item. He's up against a Battle Fury PA, and he's keeping things competitive. Though a lot of that just coming in off the back of some nice kills and the fact that he hasn't died a single time this entire game. Well, who's dead mid? Ooh, looking like Cuckoo is in big trouble. Does get burned down. Was not expecting everyone from TNC to be there with 2 cores dead, but it's a play that favors the bold, and, well, unfortunately for them, Roshan about a minute away, so we are going to have an actual Roshan fight instead of anything else. Everyone is just buying bulk armor. I still really wish that there was a casual buckler somewhere on Among Us, but can't really complain about the itemization too much otherwise. Abed did buy the Shiva's recipe before picking up the plate mail, probably just grabbing something before he died previously, but he really wishes that he had that extra +10. Showing right on top of this ward at mid. But looks like he's gonna be okay. Gabby, I mean, has the full Ags, so it's good, but only if the team fight starts in the right way. Otherwise, it might end up feeling like a little bit of a dead item, and I'm not clear that it is strictly better than just getting the Basher first, but we'll see. It's a cool item, at least, for sure. Bot's going to get pushed out a little bit. How much more do we need? Another 300 gold for In Your Dream, so he definitely wants to wait for that before doing anything else. Maybe a little neutral item check here. Get the Mindbreaker for the Lifestealer and the Titan Sliver. Telescope for March, he's going to be happy with that. Zephyr is still just rocking the Philosopher's Stone. Hoping to once again be the big damage dealer for the team once he picks up that Ags. And what is Cuckoo going for? He's just gone back for a BKB. Picks up the casual plate mail initially, but not going to end up building it into anything right away. Oh, is Roche up? Oh. Free Roche for TNC. No information about this whatsoever on Among Us, though I don't think they would have wanted to take this fight anyway. They're still shy a couple of very important items getting delivered, so the clock just keeps ticking. Feels kind of like the previous game, both teams only being very careful about picking their spots, right? There isn't too much unnecessary fighting, other than some of these dives maybe, but for the most part it's playing around Roshan timings, playing around item timings. TNC are just heading straight towards the high ground here. I'm not sure that that's really a play that they can make. Seems like Abed instead going to end up being the target. And should now know that there's some heroes in the neighborhood as he sees that creep wave getting demolished. You have to be pretty careful with this Nether Shawl.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Good habits, pulling the Shiva's recipe out of the backpack. I don't think he really needed to, but should always make sure that you have a full inventory if possible. Kuku goes jumping and doesn't find anything. They're going to drop the Doom, but there is the Aegis on this PA, so is this actually going to matter? They do get the Soulbind out. Gabby's going to come back, and he will have the full BKB. Armel wants to force the fight as a result, looking for the Lifestealer first. Kuku also not very healthy. He's gone. In Your Dream followed up on next. Neither of them has a buyback. The egg pops, so stun onto Abed. He's just looking to escape, trying to chase down Whitemon, but forced to retreat. KP did end up dying in the middle of his puddle, but that is both big two big cores dead on the side of Among Us, and TNC still looking fit, healthy, and ready to take some buildings. Rax falling, mid lane should be next, and yeah, no lifestealer for 50 seconds. Just not a whole lot that he can really do. Abed's looking at this, kind of wondering what exactly he's supposed to do to stop this. Gabby's even queuing up Rapier. The carries in this series are absolutely crazy. Well, Zephyr's got the money for his Ags now, if he can get it and then get back to base. I mean, he already had the point booster, so I guess he was just trying to evade death there. Okay, not quite level 18. Do they have a tome that somebody could buy for him? Maybe. Jump in. Cuckoo's just already dead at mid. Maybe he can get the blink off. He's trying to juke for it. He does get it, but Gabby is straight on top of him. Gets the reset, then finds March. Zephyr pops the Ghost Scepter, but that's not going to save him either. Gabby just makes mincemeat out of him. Among Us not going to get this defense at all, and very much looking like TNC are going to be making this a 1-1 series here. And the Monster Energy go to Summit 13. Yeah, I don't know. What do? Do you just call it? I guess you've got one more lane, but you're now down 14k. Dota Plus not liking your chances. Armel has a full AC, and they're just hitting your tier 4s. I guess you... No, they don't have to play Discipline. Come on, Gabby can just one-shot anybody. He's got the Orb of Destruction, for crying out loud. He got the minus armor talent, and he's got the Orb of Destruction. Could the itemization be any better for Gabby? He just waits on the high ground. Alright, maybe they'll just go and finish this off the old-fashioned way. Go get the Megas. Gabby is not totally crazy. He is just going to go for an Abyssal Blade. We're all disappointed. I know. I wish it was a Rapier too. Anyone else got Rapier money? I don't think so. No, well, I mean, Ember's got some gold, but Abed is definitely buying the Shivas when he gets the opportunity. Anyone got buybacks? Maybe that is the hope here for Among Us, but not looking like the case. Just a very straightforward, fairly obvious draft, I think, for TNC, but beautifully executed. That first blood really amounting to a lot, I think, for KP, just in terms of being able to get his Ring of Health super fast and just sort of set up his game from there. And Gabby has had an amazing game. 14-1-8. You know, there were a few missteps on the anti-mage maybe in the previous game, but has definitely proven himself. Geekfam, smoke up. They do have the level 18 on the Lena now. Armel getting caught. Does still have the BKB. KP, a little off the money on the crush there. It's going to be okay. Abed, got to be careful of that one dagger doing so much damage. He gets locked down by the immediate back. Cuckoo is looking for the Doom. Can he even get it off? Armel getting healed up. KP just going to keep on going forward. Gabby, triple dagger. Almost kills off In Your Dream instantly. Cuckoo also copping just way too much damage. The supports are alive, but not for long. Triple kill for Gabby. Give him one more. Can he get Zephyr? Yes, he can. It's not quite a rampage, but it may as well be as the GGs come out. And TNC will end up making this a 1-1 series overall. And getting us back on schedule just a little bit. We're still running somewhat behind. We're not done by any stretch of the